Last night was too breezy to fly the little baby, but today is perfect, and the sun is hazy and going down on the horizon, so it's going to get dark soon. So this may be the perfect time, so I can fly it while there's still some light and wait a couple minutes, and once it gets dark I'll turn on the lights and use the second half of the battery to fly it with the lights. So hopefully it will be a nice flight. Just in case, I brought backup, a little penny, and also some tape, just in case I need to adjust the CG, the center of gravity. My experience with these airplanes, two-channel airplanes, have been that they are a little tail heavy, I guess, so that they stay up in the air, not just fall down. When you turn on the power, then they start climbing instead of coming down. So I think that's designed that way, but it makes it very difficult for them to be flown by RC pilots, because they are not very stable. They just go up and down purposing. So let me set up my cameras and I'll be up and flying. So here we go, we have the little baby. Let me turn it on. It's blinking. Turn the controller on. Put it flat on the ground. Up, down. Okay, the lights are on. I'm going to turn them off now to save the battery time a little bit. And I think it's ready to be taken. I think it's ready to take off. Let's do a hand launch and see how it's going to fly. I'm going to try to keep it in the view for both cameras. We'll see how successful I'll be. All right, I increased the speed because it was not turning fast enough. So there's a speed setting over here. It's doing a lot of purposing because probably it's tail heavy. I'm not going to bother this at this point. I'm going to try to modulate the I'll try to modulate the throttle instead and try to not make any sudden changes in the throttle, and then keep the turns nice and smooth without getting into that tree. So every time, after a turn, it kind of like starts climbing a little bit. But so far so good. It's flying quite nice. I'm curious how it looks like. I'm going to turn on the lights now. Here we go. I hope you can see it in the camera. Very nice and gentle, especially there's no breeze, very nice weather right now. I'm going to try to make a lower pass by decreasing the throttle, but not too much that I kind of crash it, because two-channel airplane is kind of difficult to adjust. You have to think ahead of yourself. Ahead of the airplane. Just a couple seconds ahead of it, you should be flying. But very nice for a $25 plane, to tell you the truth. I mean, this may be the initiation of someone to electric RC hobby, aircraft hobby. This wouldn't be too bad, too terrible, especially if there is somebody who can tell them, coach them along the way how to control, manage the throttle or going up and down. If somebody is just pumping it up and down, they're just going to have terrible time. But if they can just be a little patient with the throttle, waiting for each move to be stabilized a little bit, each turn to be stabilized, and thinking ahead of the plane, when to apply a little more throttle, when to cut it down like I did right now to get it down a little bit. All right, I think that was close enough to the other camera as well. Let's turn the other way. I'm going to press that button again and see what it does. Yeah, the turns are not as sharp. I pressed again, you can see, and then I press again. So this is low rate. This is high rates, low rates, high rates. Yeah, the turn authority becomes sharper, turns quicker, and probably it will also get you into trouble a little quicker. But if there are trees around, if people are around, okay, don't. All right, let's save that. I think I saved it. I'm going to turn off the light now, save it for a little later. I would like to see it when it's darker. I may have to come out again after dinner because I have to go to dinner soon. I'll put it on charge and come out and then try to do a night flying. Although I'm not sure if my camera will capture it well or not. I think I don't have sensitive enough camera to capture both the lights as well as the airplane flying. But so far so good. In that case, let me use it up. I like the lights, I love it. You know, green and then white LEDs on the wingtips. Very nice touch. I wish they were like different color so you could tell the orientation a little better. But this is more than I hoped for $25, to tell you the truth. This is much better than I expected. No stress. No stress flying. When there's no breeze, no stress flying. It's very nice. Almost like too gentle. Almost too gentle. Let me decrease the throttle a little bit, see if I can come a little closer. That was gliding actually. And glides very nice. Very balanced. I'm impressed. I didn't think I will say that, but for a two-channel airplane, but yeah, I'm impressed. Thinking that I only paid $25 shipped to my door, maybe a little higher than that with the tax, but yeah, you cannot beat this much of fun for 25 bucks. And the foam seemed to be so resilient, so flexible that I don't think anybody can destroy it, short of like landing it in front of a dog who wants a chew toy, or hanging it as a Christmas ornament, especially with those green lights on a tree. Look how gentle, how nice it is. I mean, I cannot believe they were able to put like a little gyro on it and stabilize it, because this is stabilized. It is using differential thrust from two motors, two propellers, to adjust when it gets tossed around. Like when one wing drops, it applies the motor on the other wing to get it upright, and it's working brilliantly. It's amazing that the technology came this far. And so lightweight. You have seen when I weighted it how light it is. It's amazing that they were able also to pack a solid state gyro on it. Okay, I don't think it's going to get dark anytime soon. I still have to wait another half an hour, 45 minutes. So what I'm going to do is land it now and then charge the battery while I'm having dinner, and then come out when it's a little darker so that you can enjoy the lights a little better. Let's see if I can do hand landing. Oh, nope, it was a camera landing. It didn't want to come to my hand, little baby. Very nice. So, especially with the lights, it looks beautiful. And then you can also get in the flash mode. So you press this button, flash button, and it starts flashing. Tiny little motors, and flies very well. So see you again when it gets darker.